Hello everyone and welcome back for another video. Today I'm going to show you how you can keep your driveway and sidewalk absolutely weed free pretty much forever. Now this does take a little prep work and some time, but it's a very easy and straightforward process. And here's a before and after. So the first thing that we want to do is to remove the old backer rod. Now this is only 2 years old and it's starting to already come up. So grab a flathead screwdriver and simply start removing the old backer. And with a little digging and time, it'll come up. Now take your time and make sure to get everything out the best you can. Some of this was really loose, in other areas I had to spend a little bit more time. And after a little digging, this is what I was left with. So I removed the larger chunks and then I topped it off using my leaf blower on high, getting out as much debris and loose material as I could. And after removing the old backer rod, this is what we're left with. The next step is I took a hose and flushed out as much old backer and dirt as I could. A simple nozzle like this works really well. We don't need to go crazy with a power washer. And once again, use a leaf blower to get all the water out. We're trying to get this as dry as we can. Now it's time for the weed and grass killer. Today I'm using Preen, which is really good. I like it because it's widely available, inexpensive, and works really well. Now if you can't find Preen, then use any type of granular weed and grass killer you have. And then sprinkle some evenly in the hole, going all the way down and making sure you get good coverage. And next is add a layer of sand. I'm using paver sand, but you can use any type of sand that you like, just make sure it's dry. Only fill it a little more than halfway. We need enough space to install the backer rod. Fill the hole with the sand to 1/4 to a 1/2 inch from the top. Now take a screwdriver and make sure that it's nice and level. And then I took my leaf blower on low to give it a very quick once over to remove the sand that's on the walkway. And here's what that looks like. Now we're going to add a layer of Preen on top. So we have kind of a Preen sandwich. Preen is on the bottom, sand, and then a layer of Preen on top. Then a really quick use of the leaf blower on low to get rid of any residuals. Now it's time to install the backer rod. I'm using 5/8 inch backer, which I found is the most common, but you want to measure yours to make sure that you have the correct size. We want a really nice tight fit for the backer. Start at one end and push it down into the gap. And remember, you want to leave 1/4 to a 1/2 inch gap from the top. That's where we're going to put our self-leveling sealant. Now don't rush this part. Take your time and work the backer into the gap. And now it's time for the sealant. The kind I'm using is Sika self-leveling sealant. I've used it a couple times in the past and it works really well. Now take your time with this. It's not like normal silicone sealant. It's a bit thinner and it's like cold syrup. It's a little runny. You can see just how runny this stuff is. So make sure you have some shop towels or paper towels just in case some gets away from you. And here's what it looks like. Now we're going to allow this to sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. And our next step is to put some sand on top. This looks better and helps blend it in and gives it a nice transition. Now maybe I went a little too heavy on this, but that's okay. I allow this to sit for 24 hours before I remove the sand. It takes around 3 to 4 days for the sealant to fully cure. I came back 24 hours later and swept the sand away, and this was the finished product. We can see the difference between the old, right here, and the new. Now this looks good and it's going to last a really long time compared to the 2 years that we got from the old job. So if you have gaps or weeds in your driveway or walkway, go ahead and give this a try. Thanks for watching.